Home cooking doesn't have to be complicated, and that's exactly why I'm starting a new series with a playlist on my channel for lazy recipes. I'm not calling you lazy, but what I mean by that is simple recipes with simple ingredients cooked on one tray or in one pot that make home cooking easy and packed full of flavour. So today we're making a paprika roasted spatchcock chicken with herb roast potatoes and vine tomatoes, and this is everything you need. So to begin with this recipe, we need to spatchcock the chicken, which might sound complicated, but it's actually very simple. And all it means is to remove the backbone between the tail and the neck, all the way up here, tail and the neck, take that out, and then we can flatten it out. And that helps for two things. One, it looks really good. Two, it speeds up the cooking and it cooks more evenly. So that's three things. We got a bonus number 3. So to do that, we need to flip it upside down and then use a pair of poultry shears or a really sharp, heavy knife. I recommend using the shears if you've got them, but I seem to have misplaced mine. So I'm going to be using a knife, and then we're going to cut either side of the tail and the neck and then remove it completely. And then you can freeze that and use it next time you make stock. So now that the backbone has been removed, we can flip over the chicken and then firmly press with the palms of our hands along the breast, along the center of the breast until it flattens out completely. So now, as you can see, the chicken is nice and flat, and we've got one last bit of prep to do that is optional for the chicken. And I'm going to make some slashes into the chicken breast and the chicken legs, and that way the spice rub that we're going to make in a minute can go right into the cracks and flavor the chicken all the way through. And again, it also helps with even cooking and speeding the cooking time up. So all you need to do is take a sharp knife and cut slashes in roughly around 1.5 centimeters apart. But like I said, this is optional. You don't need to do this at all. So now we can place our chicken to one side and we'll make a spice rub. Now for mine, I'm going to make a paprika and herb based spice rub, but you can use whatever you've got, or you could go with a lemon and thyme. That's a classic chicken flavor. You could do just salt and pepper. You could make it spicy with harissa paste and chili and peri-peri sauce and all sorts like that. A barbecue sauce. You can honestly change this up however you like it. But for me, all I'm going to do is place 12 grams of paprika into a bowl with 2 grams of dried oregano. Then I'm going to add 5 grams of garlic powder and 5 grams of salt, and then mix everything together until it's well combined. We're then going to take the chicken and we're going to generously coat the chicken with the spice all over. And then we're going to rub it in and massage it so it goes right into those cuts we made earlier on. Place the chicken to one side and we'll move on to our herb roast new potatoes. I've got 700 grams of new potatoes. You can use almost any variety of new potato for this. I'm basing that on 4 people at 175 grams per portion, and all I'm going to do is simply cut them in half. And then we're going to place them onto a tray. Now this is the tray that we're going to cook everything on for this meal. So place your potatoes on and drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil. This is roughly around 20 to 30 mils, but you can use as much or as little as you like. And then I'm going to mix them together with my hands just to make sure they're all fully coated with the oil. Then I'm going to crush on 2 cloves of garlic and sprinkle over some dried herbs. You could use basil, parsley, thyme, rosemary, or a combination of all of them, but today I'm using thyme. There's no specific amount. Again, as much or as little as you like, but make sure there's enough to coat all the potatoes evenly. Once the garlic and herbs are on, sprinkle with a good season of salt and black pepper, and then using your hands again, mix everything until it's all evenly coated. We can then place our chicken directly on top of the potatoes and bake in a preheated oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 50 minutes to 1 hour. When your chicken and potatoes are almost ready and you've got about 10 to 15 minutes left on the cooking time, you can then place in some vine cherry tomatoes. I'm doing 5 to 6 tomatoes per portion based on 4 people, but you can cook as many or as little as you like. Simply just dot them around the tray until they become nice, juicy and the skins burst. So everything's been cooking for about an hour now and it is now ready to serve. Everything's perfectly cooked. It's all on one tray. It's looking good. And I'm just going to serve it up on a board. And that way everyone can just dig in and help themselves. So we'll begin by placing the chicken center stage right in the middle of the board. And then I'm just going to move the cherry tomatoes to one side and then toss a handful of freshly chopped parsley through the potatoes. It's optional, you don't have to do it, but it just adds a really nice brightness and elevates the potatoes nicely. I'll then place the potatoes in a couple of nice piles on the board and then dot the cherry tomatoes around that. You can finish with a few extra parsley leaves if you like. So there it is, beautiful paprika roasted spatchcock chicken with herb roast potatoes and vine tomatoes, all cooked on one tray. And it's absolutely perfect to feed a family of 4. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and you try it out for yourself. If you did, don't forget to take a picture and tag me in it because I love to see what you guys create at home. Subscribe if you haven't already for more easy home cooked recipes, and I'll see you in the next video.